I'm going to try to take the back off of this Sharp PRO-60X5FD 60-inch television and replace the IR board inside. First we're going to remove this little plate covering the power cord, and I just have a little pry tool because there's a little hole here that lets you pry this thing up and pull it out. And in here appears to be a connector. So I squeezed the little things together and pulled it out. Then you can work this little piece loose out of here and the cord will just come off. And now I'm going to remove these screws that are around the outside of the panel. There might be two in the middle here, or maybe even more than that, but I'm not sure. I'm going to start with those and see what happens. This corner screw down here appears to be longer than the screw I took out up here above it, so I'll keep track of what screws came out of where. So I've removed 23 screws, the ones around the perimeter of this. There are two here besides the HDMI inputs. There was one down here below the composite inputs, and then two here in the center. And there are also two down in here, and I can't get them out. I've unscrewed them, but these holes are really deep. And so there are two screws back in there. They'll be challenged to get back in, but we'll see. So I'm going to try to take this thing off. I think I'll try pulling it from a corner first. So I need to take out, it looks like these Visa mount point little buttons that are holding it in. I've taken 3 of them out. I'm going to take out the 4th one and see how it goes. Well, I think I missed a screw right here. So I missed this screw right here. I'm going to take that out. I think that's what's holding it up. Now that I have this screw out, I'm going to try to get this off again. There are my 2 screws at the bottom that fell out of these holes. I'll put them over here with these. Still feel like I've missed a screw over here somewhere. So there's another screw right here in the audio output, component output area. So I'm going to remove that. I think that's the last one. That was in here is a long one, kind of like the ones that were across the bottom there. So I'll put it with the long ones and remember that it goes in there. Hopefully that's all of them. I'm going to try to pull it off. The back in a little bit better light. And that, I think, wait, no, I think that's the piece I bought. Right, here is my new board on the bag there, and I believe that one right there that's in the TV is what I'm about to replace. So they're little plastic clips, and you just move the little plastic clip back, and the board pops right out of there. And there's a little wiring harness attached. Gently pull that off. Put my non-working board aside. Plug the new one in like that. Alright, so I slide the new board into that little thing there, push it back there, and it goes in till the clip goes over, just like that. Right, so we're going to try to put the back on. So that was actually pretty easy. You slide the slots in down at the bottom, it just clips back up there, and now I'm going to put back a whole bunch of screws. Alright, I'm going to put them back in the way I took them out. Alright, so I managed to get all the screws back in. It was a bit of monkeying. A magnetic screwdriver would help a lot, but I did manage to get them in, even these really deep ones back there. So it's labeled in there, black and white, so you can't turn it around. It may also be keyed, I'm not sure. Yes, it's keyed, so you really can't get it wrong. One last screw. There were a lot of screws. Well, here it is, the moment of truth. It's all back together and turned back around and plugged in. I'm going to attempt to use the remote. Yay! It works. No other functions were working before, and now, yay! Everything works. It's a marvelous thing. Other than the ridiculous number of screws, I would say that was one of the easiest repairs.